Thanks everyone for joining in today. I'm here with Michael Falkenstein from Keystone Benefit Group. He's a director there. Michael, really appreciate you joining us today. Looking forward to talking together.
Absolutely. Good to be here, Mitch.
Great. So before we begin talking about Proformex or getting in too deep, would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm as you said, a director here at Keystone Benefit Group. We are a boutique executive benefits firm, mainly specializing in insurance-based solutions. Niche has been primarily in healthcare, dealing with not only the executives at large regional national healthcare institutions, but also some of their key physicians, folks that are in directorship or associate directorship roles that they want to put plans in to recruit or retain. A little bit about my background. I started my career in finance doing investment banking, actually working with healthcare institutions, which was my bridge over to Keystone, and I've been here a little over 2 years.
Great. And so what drew you into more of the insurance side of the industry?
Yeah, I think part of it was that our business has a little bit more of a wealth management type of flavor, which is a space that always appealed to me. Helping, in this case, a lot of physicians that don't have the time, never had the time, really to put a lot of effort into financial acumen. We're able to do a lot of things to help educate them. And put some solutions in place that when you work for a not-for-profit, you're actually at a little bit of a disadvantage. And compared to a for-profit entity, there's no stock option plans, and there's very few opportunities to defer compensation. So our firm fills that void. So it's an opportunity to work with in a space, healthcare, that I think is really interesting and always progressive. I guess it's been at the forefront the last 12 months. So everyone has a new appreciation for the healthcare industry, but I think the space in general really drew me in.
Yeah, that's really awesome, and definitely sounds like a great opportunity to make a difference and pursue some of your interests as well.
Sure.
So in regards to life insurance and prior to working with Proformex, utilizing the platform, what were some of your processes that you were going through on a regular basis, and some of the challenges or pain points that you were seeing there that made you want to look for a solution?
Yeah, great question. It's a lot of what we were dealing with was that most of our clients have multiple policies through us, and typically those are various policies to fill various needs. Whether that be more of wealth accumulation, cash value accumulation flavor, or it's more on the planning side. We serve a variety of needs, and all through the employer, but it's a lot of administration. One individual needing access to a centralized location, both from our standpoint of providing that data, providing real-time support to our clients, and also giving our clients an opportunity to access that data real time. That was really what I thought one of our big shortcomings was. When I think about what we were doing prior to Proformex from a policy administration standpoint, I think back to the dark days of loads of spreadsheets, keeping everything in an Excel document, constantly updating it manually. Taking a lot of not just my time, but folks on my team's time, and it's just a very manual process. The insurance industry seems to lag behind some others in the financial space when it comes to direct to producer data. So, it was a challenge. It was a full-time job tracking these policies, being able to provide annual or even quarterly updates to our clients. And if you're just working with one single carrier, maybe it's a little bit easier. But for us, like I said, a variety of solutions across probably 7 or 8 different carriers that we're riding through. That's a lot to aggregate And it was like I said, a full-time job before we started with Proformex.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, getting data from the carriers, as you mentioned, can be a real challenge, and aggregating that and keeping track of all of that on a continuous basis, it can be a challenge without having a good solution to do so. And I know that your use of the platform is a little bit unique to compared to some of our other customers. Could you talk through a little bit about how you utilize the platform and some of the value that you've seen?
Yeah, I think that's the part that's so unique about the way we interact with you guys. I think when I first came across Proformex and we started discussions, it was really a way to streamline some of the things I just spoke to, get out of the Excel spreadsheets and into the 21st century of data management. But as we advanced conversations, it became clear that you guys had built a platform that not only could support our back office needs and our ability to manage our own book, but also was pretty well set up for actual direct to client engagement. It wasn't there at the time. We worked with you guys to kind of put that together, but the bones were clearly there. And I think when we mentioned the opportunity of having our policy owners directly access the site, it was kind of obvious to everyone that was a significant opportunity. So that's kind of the bridge. Is not only are we using this on the back end to manage our book, but our clients who have various policies for various needs through various carriers can come to the Proformex platform and see everything kind of tidy, neat, nice in one place. And a lot of this is tied to their employers. So our pay cycle is a little bit unique. Some of it's tied to monthly or biweekly payroll cycles. So they want to see when the money's getting contributed. We don't do a lot of annual pay, which probably makes up 85% of the rest of life insurance. So it's so that going online, being able to see their contribution histories, tracking that everything's kind of moving along, watching cash values rise as the year goes along. These are things that are important to our clients. And prior to Proformex, if we were lucky, the carrier we were using had a client portal, and in at least 50% of the cases, even that didn't exist. So it was taking at least an annual visit on our part to update a client on where they are, what their values look like, and you spend so much time in that meeting just catching someone up that you don't really talk about all the stuff that's important to our business and create legitimate relationships. So I think by having these individuals enter into the Proformex platform, by having them log in actively. I mean, I have folks that I know log in multiple times a week just to see, make sure everything's there. We don't have to do that all the time. We don't have to, force ourselves into regularly scheduled meetings where you spend 30 minutes just updating the past year. These people have those live results right in front of them. And, I think to them, that makes life insurance feel more like a 21st century investment. It's closer to on par to what they get from, other deferred compensation plans they may be participating through their employer, like a 403B or 457B. So it from an administration standpoint, I think it bolsters our reputation and helps the clients well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's I think really great to be able to provide that type of visibility to your clients and make it really tangible and real, what they're contributing to and how it's positively impacting them.
Yeah, like I said, that's the sort of the bar we're up against because every other financial product they're using has that, whether it be a Fidelity account or a 401k. I mean, that's the standard that for better or worse that this industry is going to be up against. And platforms like this are helping to bridge the gap.
Absolutely. And I know that, yourself and Keystone were really beneficial and instrumental in helping to drive through your feedback some of those enhancements within the platform. What other, things that you wish Proformex, other directions you wish Proformex would go, or enhancements that could be made to really align with your firm's values?
Well, I mean, you guys have done such a tremendous job taking in our feedback. So, it's hard for me to have anything specific because there's so much stuff we're either, working on actively or is already in development. But, one of the, I guess, and this is more of an industry comment, but one of the direction I would like to see this industry go is just enhancing our transparency, and helping to manage performance for our clients. So, I would love to see a platform, and this obviously takes a significant amount of carrier buy-in, but I would love to see a platform that enables look back performance analysis, right? Okay, so we have built an illustration for you, and we put it in front of you, and it's this great scenario. Everything looks fantastic, but now we're 5 years in. How are we tracking? Have we met our expectations? Maybe we've even exceeded our expectations. And if we haven't, are there changes from a maybe investment standpoint, or what can we be doing to put ourselves back on the right track? And at some level, maybe that's ideal for the agent and not for the client. And in other cases, maybe it is good to put that in front of the client. But I think the ability to keep ourselves honest, manage expectations against the original illustration, that's something I would like to see. I think that's a reasonable direction given the progress you guys have made in such a short amount of time. I think that's reasonable, and I think that's a place we need to get to.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. And that's 100% the goal, and the mission is to provide that type of visibility to the agents and allow them to best serve their clients. So that's great. Thinking a little bit more broadly, to other advisors who or agents, other people in the industry who may have faced similar obstacles with administration, client service that you saw previously, what would be some tips or recommendations that you might provide to them, and how to overcome some of those?
Sign up for Proformex. That's first. But no, it's so valuable to have your data in one place. I mean, that's the reality of where we are at now, and really all industries, but anything financial. You want to be able to leverage your data, and I hear it all the time. As in the life insurance industry, there's this great asset that is your book of business. For us, it's a lot of high net worth individuals, right? And we want to be able to leverage that, both for revenue growth and just for being able to serve our clients best. So no matter what it is that you want to accomplish, you're just going to be able to do it better by having your data all in one place, cleaned up, nice and tidy. I mean, even if at some point your goal is to, liquidate and sell your book. I know there's a lot of that going on in this space right now. There's going to be a time where people don't look twice at you if you don't have clean, tidy data. And so I think that it's just so critical to our industry right now, is to be able to get more data driven. And I think the second part of that, Mitch, is the more people that sign up for platforms like this, the more agents that get involved, the more pressure we're going to put on the carriers to provide the level of data that I think as producers we all want. So it's almost like as an entire group of people that deal with life insurance or even to some extent like annuities, that work with these carriers. It's we can this is toward our time to make a push, right? Firms like Proformex are sort of at the forefront of forcing carriers to be more open, be more transparent, and provide a higher level of data service. And so I think that would be my advice. Is put it on something like this where you can actually make it useful, and it can be an asset to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And in my time working with Proformex and working with yourself, I've certainly seen a lot of growth in that direction, and developing those types of relationships with the carriers and making that type of progress. So that's great.
Yeah, we're heading in the right direction.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, it was wonderful to speak with you here today. I really appreciate your time, and really appreciate our partnership that you have with Proformex, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, Mitch. Happy to do it. And anytime you need me to cheerlead for Proformex, I'm the first one to do it.